Yeah.
How are you? Good day.
Eh,
In this presentation, we are going to talk about everything we have seen in the business engineering course and with an extra topic given in the last class, which in this case is business analytics. Hey.
eh,
Hey. Well aside. Speaking of business analytics, next.
eh,
Business analytics focuses on identifying data in order to identify significant patterns, trends, and relationships in the business environment. The main objective of business analytics is to improve decision-making and optimize processes. And most importantly, that it can identify opportunities and drive decision-making within an organization. Following. As here we have a set of advantages, but I am going to mention the ones that I consider most important.
this?
Already, decision-making is one of them. Business analytics allows that based on data, on objective data, you can analyze it and depending on this, identify patterns and assume things that can benefit you in the long run in your company. And which also leads to the second advantage, which is the identification of patterns and opportunities.
Al anal- eh,
When analyzing large volumes of information, it is possible that you realize things that are not in plain sight. And this helps because you can anticipate customer needs and take measures to take advantage of them and obtain competitive advantages. And as a last advantage is customization and customer satisfaction. With this you will be able to better understand customers through data analysis.
lo vas a-
You will be able to segment them based on their preferences and behaviors, and this will help increase customer retention and foster solid long-term relationships. Do you tend? Within the tools, as a group, personally, as a group, what we use the most is Power BI, Python, and one of us who uses a board, right? But yes, those are the ones that we consider most used. Following. Now we will talk about the work we have done throughout the cycle. Continuing with the presentation, now we would talk about football and flavor and if you are wondering what football and flavor is. In itself, what it is a soccer-themed resto bar. And within its value proposition, we highlight soccer so much, which is a sport that moves and generates passion in many people, combining it with one of our greatest legacies that we have as Peruvians, which is flavor or gastronomia. Next, and within the main processes that soccer and flavor have, we would highlight what is one of the key processes, which is the preparation of food, since this has a direct impact on the product that is going to be offered to our customers, right? That they are going to have as well as our marketing process through which we are going to be able to spread all our services and our products to them. Following. Now moving on to the objectives that we would have to define this business, one of the key and main ones, and as we have already been saying, it would be to retain our customers since they can be loyal and come repeatedly to our premises or our business. They will to be able to call other new customers. This will have an impact on other objectives that we have, such as discouraging sales, and it will allow us to diversify our product portfolio. Following. Now we present what our input and output model is, among what we would highlight, what is food preparation, since this is what is directly going to be shown to the client, it is the product that they are going to taste and have to be very well aligned through the other processes in their inputs and outputs. Following. And we continue with what would be our model, company, and systems. Here we can see all the processes that are going to take place, the areas that are going to have football and flavor and among which one of the fundamental or main ones, as we have been saying, is the kitchen where they are going to be carried out at the food preparation and this will have to be directly related to customer service that will be handled by our group of waiters and they will give differential customer service or attention, which will differentiate from other lenders with this same theme.
Siguiente. Ahora pasaríamos a aplicar uno de los modelos.
Now we would apply one of the models already seen in classes, which is the PSDA model. Among which, I would like to highlight that they are very aligned with the objectives previously described. For example, in planning we would have to increase sales, customer loyalty, attracting them, and training our staff. With these 4 points to plan, the other points of the PSDA model have been developed, which is the development, the verification, where we were able to apply this symbiosis with what is, logic, with each one of them, and finally bring it to fruition. What is attention plight in which key proposals and measures are going to be taken to be able to develop it you see in the planning.
Siguiente.
If then we would have what is the Kaizen and the TQM, which are approaches to continuous improvement. Please feel. For Sabor, which he mentioned above, is a soccer-themed resto bar. At first glance, we are not going to focus on what would be customer service. Then, the processes that would allow this service to be provided were reviewed and problems were identified, such as the delay in taking orders and their payment. So here would be the improvement due to the change, the use of a mobile application. Additionally, it would be part of the costs, which would have to do with the agreements and the relationship that it would have with the suppliers. And on the other hand, it would be on the part of the client, which is very important to know what the user wants. This can be achieved through the feedback they can provide us. So, taking that into consideration would allow Futbol de Sabor to be more competitive to offer more innovative things like a themed menu or events. So all this must be backed by human resources to create an adequate environment which has personnel that develops, integrates, and this must carry with it adequate leadership. Being please. And then we would have the process map where he previously indicated where we are going is the missionary processes, specifically the reception and customer service part, but this must also be supported by the support processes where personnel management would be and the strategic processes where he defines how achieve the 2D. Following.
Hablando de la ficha de procesos, te ha tomado un ejemplo de...
And let's see if they give a detailed client of the many that there are A that has the future of this work that we have in the main parks determined A different metrics that are very important to measure the process that allows us to see if we are working properly or where A find A if something is working wrong and see an improvement with process lines and now with the VPN. The flow of processes initially that its authorizer had on what was previously described is 1. It has many manual steps, which can be cumbersome, cause confusion in wheels of staff and even, perhaps, not be very pleasant for customers. Already with the use of emerging technologies or other RP, DNRM, in this case we are putting an application, it allows automating the process by reducing the waiting times, making the process much less for a new experience for customers. Agreeing the processes in less step. Now just once the value chain was there, the key points of the company in both infrastructures, human resources, the purchasing office and well of the primary activities that food has to try, which is why it is very important. Important, because we have to provide quality elements for some to make good themed dishes, in addition to food preparation, order management and another important issue is marketing. At this point, the processes have also been developed in a specific way each one, where it has been noticed that both in marketing and sales, taking metrics is very important in decision making. This is related to the concept of business analytics that was given at the beginning, that the decisions made based on information are the ones that generate the most value to the business. Likewise, after sales, share management and claims that are constructive scientific planes can help improve the environment because this allows improvement opportunities to be identified for improvement. Continuing, we already have our proposal that in some cases in the 3 primary activities and with the ECOF that we are prioritizing to improve this experience, the use of internet equipment that improves the experience or technologies.
Yes. También en las operaciones uso de...
Help from robots or drones that better help the experience, applications that automate tasks, as well as the use of CRM tools or artificial intelligence, which are currently widely used and demanded in the market because they postulate utility.
Well, now in order to better dissuade the one used to see the company, a visual thinking exercise was carried out, which can be seen on the screen and we can see how value is delivered to our client, starting from our suppliers. In summary, what Futbol by Sabor tries to achieve is that customers leave satisfied and can really feel like they are in a football stadium, while they eat, while they drink and with the best possible fans. In the following deposit, what we are going to observe is the value flow map itself. On the next deposit, please. Next deposit.
Ya. Am,
Here we find, well, the value flow map, and there are some points that stood out of the technology. Based on daily orders and trends, it must be carefully analyzed which technology is used in the menu in order to make a better and more accurate forecast. In any case, the season of the forecast will also be analyzed, since it gives rise to what the weekly orders are. In this case, it will be evaluated if these orders are really made close to a week or if less time is required, which could impact aspects such as warehouse costs and food quality.
¿Cuál es la toma de pedido?
Finally, there is a process that I want to highlight, which is order taking. It has been identified that, well, although it only takes 15 seconds to review this process, it is done throughout the day, many times, and adding those times, it consumes a lot of a worker's time. Time that could be used to carry out another action, another activity of greater importance. There must be a need to automate this process, and well, without a future, the entertainment process can also be automated. Continuing, we have what are the points, what is the point of the paradigms? Now, these paradigms that we can observe, which are competition for existence and seasonal frustrations, must be addressed in the best possible way by Futbol and Flavor. In this way, we understand that, well, intense competition refers to the fact that Peru has a diversity, a gastronomic diversity, which implies a lot of competition in the area of food. And so, Fube enjoys taking into account the differential value or competitive advantage that it can give its customers over its competitors so as not to be left behind. And when we talk about seasonal demand fruits, we understand that by taking the time to plan times where sales are not going to be so good, they are going to decrease due to the very nature of these times. It is here where the restorer must offer products or change its strategy to find a way to reduce these fruits in terms of sales. Going to the next diapositive, we have what digital organizations are. And these three aspects, the digital ordering system, the use of digital signage and datanets, are technological issues in which the main aspect to be highlighted is to use data analytics to personalize the user experience, since this gives us the information and what the client is really looking for. Based on these needs, strategies can be carried out to build loyalty, as well as align the other two proposals, what they are, which are the digital ordering and payment system, and the use of digital signage. Based on this information collected and processed from the client.
Bueno, hola, soy Kevin Ochoa.
Continuing with the next positive. Well, hello, I'm Kevin Ochoa, and continuing. Well, we see the Calamar architecture that shows us the strategic objectives that we defined for Sabor and Flavor, in addition to the what, that is, how we have made a strategy for each objective, and then how we will achieve it through tactics. Finally, in the final part of the squid.
Following.
Then, here we are going into a little more detail about what the strategies are. We define 6 strategies, of which we are going to comment on 3. First, with the strategy 1 that we have, which is to create an innovative menu inspired by teams of players. What this is going to do to us is that from a current situation, which we have a gastronomic offer that is not very differentiated with respect to other bars that may also have this soccer theme, go in the future to have unique and attractive dishes. Let's not continue with the following strategy than the following strategy now. This strategy is vital because what we are looking for is more than providing good food and providing an atmosphere. It is also having customers who are loyal to the brand, which is a footballer. So this is going to be that if we have a low frequency of visits, make it increase over time. So in the short term, carry out research on the tastes of customers. Then in the medium term, implement a system that allows us to record this information, and finally implement a reward system through an application to be able to encourage these customers to continue participating, promote the brand and share the experience they have had in Sabor and Flavor.
Feel
Feel.
and feel.
Siente. Y siente.
And as a last strategy, we have, since if we have loyal customers, we have a product that is already sold because it is, It has great experience with the same customers, because if we see that everything is going well, the ideal would be to expand. That is why we have this strategy of opening new branches, where if we currently only have one store, we can open more in the different districts of Lamano. We continue. And well, finally, to emphasize a bit the strategic vision that we have for soccer and flavor, which is so that all lovers, both soccer fans, can enjoy their favorite food and drinks while as if they were living a game and really within the stadium, with that same experience, that same bar, that same fan. Following. And finally, some conclusions from our business engineering work. Where we will see the impact of what the technology that we discussed at the beginning of business analytics is in our business and soccer player. Well, first, the knowledge of the client through these registration systems such as CRM, and then by uniting it with this trend or technology of business analytics, we will be able to better segment clients and better understand which products can go with which clients. Then, optimize menus and products, improve the products that we currently have, that is, our menu. Then, manage our inventory so that they go according to demand.
Finalmente,
And finally, personalize the customer experience through data analysis. And that will be all. Thank you so much.